here we go. Um, so guys, so I think this little space that you guys had, in which you guys were able to share your this preliminary ideas on your project with other groups. I hope you guys found this useful, since when you are sharing your work with others, it is a great opportunity for you to capture feedback. So that's part of what we wanted to do with this. But before we continue, and before I tell you what's next, I'd like to know if there was any sort of question or doubt that perhaps appeared out of this sure presentations with your fellow classmates. So guys, is there any question? Is there anything you would like to ask before I give you the instructions on where to upload your work? No?
No, teacher.
Well, I'm glad it's so clear. So let me just show you exactly where we gonna upload everything. So this is all part, I mean, this is part of the first term, of course. So this is going to be uploaded on the week number 6. So here we go, guys. So you guys, I'd like you guys to go to the week number 6 on Moodle. That's exactly where we are going to upload this. So if you go to the week number 6, you just go scroll all the way down until you find this assignment, which is called Project Brief and Project Plan. The deadline for this is tonight, 11:59. That's exactly the deadline. And you can start uploading the stuff like right away. So be careful. Here we just see the 3 different questions. You see the 3 different questions that we had in the format, right? But it doesn't mean that you need to answer the questions here. You just simply have to upload the format, okay? That is it. Just simply have to upload the format. That's exactly what you guys are going to do. It is as simple as that. I'm thinking about it. The only question I've got here is that the feedback I will give you on this will be an audio. Okay, so it's, well, what I'm going to do is that I will download your formats, I will check them, take some notes if needed, and then I will record my voice telling you, what my feedback is. So the feedback on this assignment would be an audio that I will make for each one of the projects. Okay. But remember, you simply have to upload your PDF file here. You don't have to answer these questions apart, okay? Simply upload the PDF file. That is it. Is that clear, guys?
Yes, sir. Red, I have a question. Only
Yep.
one person or everyone?
There you go. It can be just one person. And actually, it should be just only one person to upload it. So you know how that works? Simply upload a PDF file. You make sure either the PDF file or the answer directly here on Moodle includes the names of everyone. Although, let me just double check something, because last time I was able to make a little setting here. So give me 1 second. But yeah, it's basically just one person per group. Let me just check one single thing. There you go. There you go. Yes, so I just double check, and there is this setting in which it allows you to hand in the assignment as a group. So you just double check that, because I don't know exactly how that would look for you. But that's it. Okay, you simply have to upload a PDF file there, and that's it. Okay, so we got no questions about that, right?
No, teacher.
Right. Okay, guys, excellent. So let me just stop sharing here. Well, on the other hand, guys, here on the week number 6, we've got this file, which is called Liberatory Design Cards. This is a PDF that I'm going to share in this very moment, but it's also here. So if you want to download it from there, that's perfect. But in this very moment, give me a sec, as I will right away share that PDF file also here. So guys, if you check on your WhatsApp, you will find that PDF there as well. I for some reason, I feel that I shared this with you once. But I don't remember exactly if I had shared it before, but for some reason I feel like I have. And I will tell you exactly what's going to happen next. So guys, let me just share my screen so we see a little bit more into the future of this assignments. So guys, if you check your designer's workbook, we are about to conclude the very first stage, which is something we're gonna work on this week. But that's why we still need the feedback that I'll give you. Okay, so the next step would be for me to have a look on that feedback. And I will, give you my feedback so you guys finish this section, which is the section number 1. But just for you guys to know, you may remember that when we are using design thinking, the step number 1 of the first phase of the whole methodology it's called empathizing. Okay, so let me see if I've got it over here. I think I don't. No, I don't have it here. And that has to do with getting to know your audience a little bit better. So that's just for you to keep in mind, guys, that later, possibly next week, you will need to collect some data, which means that you need to conduct an interview or doing some sort of survey. That's something which is going to happen later. So my suggestion number 1, guys, would be just for you to check on the different exercises and things that we need to do through the rest of the phase number 1. You see, just to see all these exercises and read the descriptions and to read exactly what's there, because that's something we're going to do in the coming days. Of course, I will explain this here in detail, but it's really important that you guys have a look at this so you somehow see what is going to be next. But as you can see, guys, we are going to be having an interview later in the coming days. So I just like you to check the material and see exactly what is on it. So you know more or less what's going to happen later. But in general terms, as I said, we are going to be collecting data. You see, just to know more about this audience we are working with. But today, guys, we're gonna do something else, which is of course related to our project. So this material that I just shared with you on WhatsApp, that I hope you guys have downloaded, which is also on Moodle, it's called Liberatory Design Cards. So these are some aspects that I would like you guys to think of. I would like you guys to reflect upon, and they are related to your design experience. So it has to do with you as a designer, and it has to do with the experience that you will have creating a solution for that problem that you have identified. But at the same time, guys, as I've said several times already, I would like you to always, every time we use any sort of exercise, every time we have these kinds of discussions, I would like you to connect that to the experience of the teacher, of teachers and their teaching practice, how these aspects might be somehow related to the exercise or to the daily life of a teacher, if you will. I would like you guys to try to make those connections, and that's part of what we're gonna do today. So guys, we have in this file, we have 8 different cards, and every card, let's put it like that, goes like this. There is like this initial part, I mean, the first page in which we basically define the aspects. So for instance, in this case is practice self-awareness. Here they have a short definition, then the why and the how. You see, and that's one card. So one card is 2 pages. Okay, one card is simply 2 pages. So as we've got 8 cards and we've got 10 different groups, what I will do is that those groups which are somehow bigger, they will be assigned 2 cards, and the groups that are smaller will be assigned only 1. Although we get several big groups, but anyways, I think we can totally sort it out. So guys, this is how we're gonna do it. So please listen up so you know exactly which, let's say, topic you will be assigned, and then I'll let you know exactly what the instructions are. So guys, the group number 1 is Clara Monroy, Diana Palacios, and Tatiana Spitia. That's the group number 1. And you guys will be assigned this topic, okay? Practice self-awareness, okay? Practice self-awareness. That's Clara, Diana, and Tatiana, okay? Practice self-awareness. That is your topic, okay? Then we have group number 2, which is Felipe, John, and Lina. You guys will be assigned focus on human values. Focus on human values, okay? That is going to be your topic, group number 2. Then we have the group number 3, which is Ana Maria, Diego, and Valeria. And of course, you would have recognize oppression. Recognize oppression. That's group number 3. In the group number 4, we've got Camila Bulla, Camila Navarro, and Melissa Goyes. But I like to know if they are all here because I've seen just one person. No? Well, that group though, group number 4, Camila Bulla, Camila Navarro, and Melissa Goyes, you guys will have the next topic, which is embrace complexity. Embrace complexity. You guys are going to work on that one as well. Let me say, then we have the group number 5, which is Alexander Mutis, David Torres, Magdalena Ojeda, and Michael Cortez. You guys will be assigned seek liberatory collaboration. Okay, that is going to be you. Seek liberatory collaboration, which is the group number 5. Group number 6, Diana Baloyes, Laura Bermúdez, Miguel Ángel Forero, and Nicolás Medina. You guys will have build relational trust. Build relational trust. Okay, that's going to be yours. Then in the group number 7, we have Daniel and Jerson. You guys will be assigned bias towards experimentation. Bias towards experimentation. Then we have Ashley, Dylan, Johannet, and Maria Alejandra. You guys will be assigned share, don't sell. Okay, share, don't sell. And we've got 2 groups more. I'll just remember, we got 8 cards for 10 groups. And for the group number 9, I would like to assign also embrace complexity. Okay, groups number 9, I will let you know exactly who you are. Group number 9. Group number 9, which is Angie Rodriguez, Daniela Arias, Eric Corredor, and Jasmine Alvarez. You guys will have also embrace complexity. Okay, embrace complexity. And let me see where is it? Oh, bias. No, that's not the one. In this one. And the group number 10, which is Angie Valero and Nicole Martinez, I would like you to cover also bias towards experimentation. Okay, bias towards experimentation. Okay, guys, so is it clear what we got to do? I mean, the first step, which is basically to read and understand this. Have you guys taken notes on which value you guys were assigned?
Yes, teacher.
No, teacher, can you repeat, please?
Okay, so Camila, group number 4. Let me see. That's why you guys should listen, because that saves a lot of time. So 1, 2, 4. It's this one, embrace complexity. Okay, it's embrace complexity
teacher.
for the group number 4. So guys, this is what you guys have to do. So as you guys were assigned one specific value or one specific aspect, what you simply have to do is to read and understand what's there. That's the very first thing. So you need to read it slowly, little by little, so you understand all the vocabulary and you understand exactly what's the message we've got there. As I said, every single card has got basically 3 parts. First, there is a brief definition on this aspect. Then we answer the question why that practice is important. And the third, how we can do that. You see how we can do that. So the very first thing is just to read and understand what's there. The second step, guys, would be for you. The next step would be for you guys to, once you have understood what's there, would be to get ready to present it with 2 others. So that means that you somehow need to translate it into your head, into your own words. So be ready to present this to other people. So you need to prepare like a short presentation on this, so you can tell the others, look, this is what self-awareness is, this is why this is important, and this is how you can do it. Well, the point here would be to paraphrase, so you don't read it, because you need to explain, which is different. You need to explain that to other groups. And the third step, guys, is to try to reflect on how these practices or these values could have any sort of relationship to the teacher's practice. You see, so okay, this is what self-awareness is in general terms, especially in the context of designing projects. But if we take that to the world of teachers, how do we see that? You see, how do we actually perceive this, and how is this actually, you know, possible? So that's what I'd like you to think of, that third question, which is like a little reflection. Once you guys have prepared that as groups, we are going to do some sort of a jigsaw. And in the jigsaw activities, what we do is that we mix members of different groups in new groups. So that means that we're going to have in one group, we're going to have one person from the group number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we get people from at least 8 different topics, let's say, and you guys have to present that individually in these new groups. You see, so that means that you're going to be in this big group in which you guys are going to talk with others, and you know, share what you guys have done and share your reflections. So that's going to be a very intense speaking exercise. And that's how we're going to finish. Okay, we're going to then go back to the main room, and we may discuss on the questions you may have about the vocabulary and about the definitions specifically. So guys, do you have any question?
No, teacher.
No? No? So remember, guys, very simple. First, you're gonna go to your breakout rooms, to your original groups. Then you are going to read the topic that you were assigned, just to understand it very well. Then, once you have understood your topic, the step number 2 would be to be ready to present that to others. So you need to think about, I mean, you know, prepare so you can present it, because it's not reading, but it's, you know, having like a very short presentation on that. So you need to be ready for presenting that to another group. And the third step, which is very important, guys, is to try to connect this to the reality of teachers, how these values or how these aspects could benefit a teacher's practice, or how the teacher's practices are reflected on these values. So that would be that little part of a reflection. And then, as I said, we're going to do a jigsaw in which we are going to mingle different members of each one of the groups. So you guys talk about this 8 different values, and then finally, of course, we're gonna go to the main room. I've just received a question from the audience that I want to answer before we go, and that has to do with the meaning of though. Let me just put it over here so you all guys can see it. What's the meaning of though? So in terms of that word, guys, the way we normally use it, it's what we call it a feeler. That's the term. Let me just put it over here as well. That's what we call a feeler. Though it's a short form of although, huh? Of although, but it's not used as although, because although means, as you know, it means aunque. Though as a filler is simply included by the end of a sentence just to reinforce the intention you have, which means that it's also optional. So for instance, and actually there are two examples I received from this person. So for instance, you say like, I don't drink coffee very often, but I like it though. I don't drink coffee very often, but I like it though. If you ask me to translate that, I would say like, no sé, como, no tomo café muy a menudo, pero igual me gusta. Es como el igual que pondríamos al principio, pero acá va al final, tiene un poco esa función. But if you say, I don't drink coffee very often, but I like it, that's enough. That though is optional by the end of the sentence, but you can use it to reinforce a little bit more the idea. That's it. I just received another question. Do we have to create a presentation or infographic in order to explain our topic, or it could be explained just talking? You don't need to create anything because we actually have the cards. So your presentation, your slide, let's say, is this. This could be your slide. So you can use this as a slide to reinforce what you want to say. But remember that this is super important to put it on your own words. So you feel more comfortable explaining. One thing that we really need to keep in mind all the time is that at the end of the day, teaching or explaining something is translating a content in a way which is easier or more appropriate for others to absorb, let's say, you see. So teacher has to do a lot with teaching has to do a lot with translation itself because of that. So once you guys have discussed, read, and understood the material, the next step is to translate it in a way that others can understand it a little bit easier. And also remember that we need to work on this last question, which is how this is related to the teacher's practice, and that requires this additional effort, let's say. So so that's it, guys. So I will open the breakout rooms. So we are going to dedicate around 15 minutes for the very first part, which is this discussion on the topic you guys have there, so you fully understand what the topic is about. And then we may go to the mingle activity in which we are going to share that with other groups. Okay, guys? So let's go. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. I will be jumping from room to room as I did it in the previous exercise. And that's it. So let's go. Hi guys. So there were some of you who just notified an issue with the platform in which some of you were not able to upload your homework. So basically that was because all of you uploaded the homework as if all of you were part of exactly the same group. So just to avoid that, I just deleted the assignment and created again. So this option is not available. So you will have to simply upload your grade, your assignment, one person per group, as we said, and make sure to include the names of the members of the group in the title of the assignment, I mean in the body of the assignment. So you put the names there. So that's the reason why you guys had that problem. So you simply have to enter the platform again. And I changed the name of the assignment so you don't get confused. So this is the name of the assignment, guys. Project Brief Assignment. That's the name of it, as you can see it right here. So you just enter there and upload your assignment. Okay, just do it again. Those of you who already did it, please do it again, because as I said, there was a problem with the settings of that one, so people couldn't upload their work. Okay, so it's that it is that simple. So go there again and upload your assignments. So guys, as you guys were doing this, you were reading this cards and preparing for this short presentation, you can see that the language is very challenging because that's a C1, C2 level English. So that's why it might be a little bit challenging in some cases. So in case you have questions or doubts about specific expressions, that's something we can also check tomorrow, since that's going to be also very useful. Nevertheless, we're gonna go over the whole deck and we will check all the words and vocabulary in order for us to, you know, understand a little bit better how that works. So guys, tomorrow, starting the session tomorrow, the very first thing we're gonna do is this jigsaw activity I said, in which we are going to mingle. So we're gonna mix members from different groups. So you guys have this short presentation on the aspect that you guys have studied. And then as a group together, we're gonna check the cards and we're gonna clarify concepts and also check the language so we understand pretty much everything. And also that's going to help us continue with, you know, with the normal classes. Tomorrow also, guys, once we finish with this, we are going to make groups again, but this time to give you some general comments on the speaking test. So you know your grades of the speaking section tomorrow. And I'll give you some comments about that. Okay, guys? So let me just stop the recording in this moment just to call the attention and we are good to go. So the